Yo!
We're back.
Happy New Year, everybody. Chokes and Consciousness crew.
2025.
We on air. We out
Yeah.
here hitting some new shit. For those listening right now, got a new sign. We have an on-air glow sign behind me right now. So if you don't watch our videos, you won't be able to see it. But Michaela and I are upgrading. I mean, I feel like still, I don't know how we'll do it. Like season 1 technically was like all the thing, but like I don't know if we go to season 2 now or if this is just a continual upgrade to our next zone going into 2025.
Yeah, I'd say season 2. Why not?
All right, season 2. We're kicking it. Season 2, episode 23. Oh,
yeah.
We MJ out here. Michael Jordan.
Yeah, MJ in 2025. 23 in 2025.
Oh, snap. Damn. Well,
we were just given the signs.
Yeah.
Type.
That's the sign, y'all. We tried. It was there. I'll have it up. And a little more secure the next time. But
I wish I could go back. I can't wait to go back and rewatch that.
Damn. Hey, listeners, it fell off the wall. It's done. I'm not going to put it back up. We'll just figure it out for next time. But it looked good for like 2 minutes.
It did. What kind of sign do you think the sign gave us by falling right there?
Honestly, it might be fitting going into 2025 because we are only, as Michaela and I are recording on the 3rd on this Friday, y'all will get this next week, but we're only 3 days in to the new year. And I think, honestly, that's probably a perfect representation of how this year seems to be starting off. You think you're secure, and then, nah. It just fell out from under you. You're gonna have to figure it out. That's what it is.
Like new, shining, like so bright and awesome, glowing, and then a crash.
Damn. Well, we're still gonna do what we do. We'll have the sign up for y'all securely for the whole episode next time.
Is it still working? Like it's all right? It just fell.
Oh yeah, it just came out the outlet. Oh yeah, I don't see any. I mean, this thing looks pretty sturdy. It's got like, how do you say it? It's like rubber around the lights.
I got you.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, I was worried too the first time. I was like, man, that's done. But all right, here we are, Michaela and I back at it. Michaela and I, first time seeing each other, and it felt like forever. Was on
Tuesday.
It would have been Monday because I didn't come in Tuesday and I didn't come into open mat. So Michaela and I, we're still kind of catching up.
I know, it's been what, like 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird. The week from like without seeing you was weird, and then 2 weeks. It's like, yeah, this is different.
I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Let's say got through the holiday, and I think it was like kind of it was a little odd just because Christmas, was smack dab in the middle of the week, which doesn't help. And then you have the New Year, which was on Tuesday, and then Wednesday is pretty much a dead day. Even if you didn't go out, it's just like a day.
Yeah, it has been kind of weird. Yeah. And then I work on the weekend, so I'm still working the weekends, but I have middle of the week off. Yeah, it's just my schedule's been weird. Yeah.
So, welcome back. We know y'all have missed us. How about you, Michaela? Some family. Talk to me a little bit about the pod. We got some family and friend listeners out there. How about you?
Out. Yeah. My mom just found out about it, so we'll see if she starts listening.
Now, does she know it's a pod, or is she thinking it's a blog?
I told her it was a podcast, and then she was like, hey, Michaela, or she told my grandma, she's like, did you know Michaela's doing a blog? I'm like, Mom, it's not a blog, but close.
I mean, all right, the effort's there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we might have gained a couple new listeners.
Okay. I mean, I did see before Christmas that we still had people downloading some episodes, even though we had taken a couple weeks off, which we needed to. I didn't like not seeing you, but we did need to take a couple weeks off.
It was nice. It was some time needed. I think we needed a reset, but
we did.
Definitely missed doing this.
Exactly. But fitting, right? Definitely needed a reset because that's going to be our topic of the week when we get there. As we enter 2025, it's time to reflect and reset out here in these streets, seeing where Michaela and I are at with it all, and just rounding out 2024 and getting into 2025. So overall, Michaela, how are things going? How are you doing? Getting back into the swing of things, all that.
Yeah, I've been doing good. Christmas was kind of a reset, just having a few days off. Because before Christmas, I was grinding. Like, I was busy every day for like a week and a half. So that was a nice break to kind of just do nothing for a few days.
Mm-hmm.
But we're back to it. We're
back on it.
Yep.
Yeah, you said you had practice like 7 a.m.
Yeah, 7 a.m. every day this week except for Wednesday. Yeah.
Like, just have to be like active and around people by 7. That's a lot.
Yeah, and I try to like wake up an hour before and drink coffee so I'm ready to interact with people, you know? So I'm up at 6 getting ready, which is an early day.
Yeah, you probably go to sleep at like 7.
I've been going to sleep at midnight, but I'm trying to change that because it's wrecking me trying to wake up at 6 a.m.
Yeah, midnight's a little crazy trying to get up at 6.
Mm-hmm. So I stopped that.
Yeah.
I think I'm falling asleep at 10:30 again. So that's
okay.
Good.
That's great. That sounds way too early for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm usually just like an hour later. I'm usually between like, well, okay, that's a lie. Over the last like past month, it's been a little not on routine because I've been doom scrolling. But it's usually like 11:30, between 11:30 and midnight. Mm-hmm. And then my natural clock is to wake up like literally like either right before 8 or 8 on the dot is my automatic alarm.
Yeah. That'd be preferred for me if I had a choice. Get up at 8, be ready to do stuff at 9.
Now, I'm not saying I'm ready to do stuff at 9. Because when your girl has one of them anomaly 9 a.m. appointments for whatever reason, somebody wants to process their trauma at 9 in the morning, I'm like, I'm not here. I'm here, but I'm not here, right? I'm like, I have like to listen and try to process and give you meaningful like therapy at 9 a.m. Mm-hmm. You're not even getting like half of me until like 9:45.
Do you just sit and listen for like the first hour then? Or for the first half, you're just like, let me try to take this in.
I mean, kind of. Unless it's something like major, then I get it together. But most of the time, like the 9 a.m.s, I'm like, I'm here. I'm here doing what I need to do. But just so we both know, I could be way more awake right now if this was just an hour later.
Mm-hmm. You're probably like, damn, that's crazy.
It really does be like that too. It's like, dang, that's kind of wild. Or I'll be like, dang, what did they just say?
Oh no.
How am I going to respond to that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd struggle with that, trying to think while listening.
And then you're getting all mad because I'm thinking that early in the morning. I'm like, God damn it. But we out here. Like I said, preferably my go-to time, wake up around 8, have a little slow morning, get the coffee going at about 8:30, 8:40, drink the little coffee, and then I can be ready to go by like 10 o'clock. That's prime time for me. Anything earlier, you get what you get.
Yeah. That's how I was until not rowing, wrestling started. Now I'm back to waking up early, but before then I was chilling. I was enjoying my mornings and taking my time. It's nice not having to rush in the morning.
For sure. And it does look a little different for you too, because of like not only are you coaching, but like you're coaching high school. So they just operate on a different time.
Yeah, they're ready. Like they wake up and they're ready to do whatever. It's crazy.
It's wild to think back, like when we were in high school, because you're doing so much and you start at like, I know when I was in band, like I would start, we'd have band an hour before
Mm-hmm.
school, right? So if you had our block schedule and you had band that first hour, you were in band for 2.5 hours before
Damn.
you had your second class. So you're
Mm-hmm.
there from starting at 7, and then you got sports practice, right? Or afterwards, if you had competition, well, you're there until about 5:30, 6 o'clock. And then if you have a part-time job or working, I'm just like, I don't know how I did it.
Yeah, that's crazy. Did you work throughout high school?
My not my freshman year. Well, towards the end of my freshman year, I got it. My BK Have It Your Way first job at
Nice.
15. But I had a job like sophomore year all through,
Mm-hmm.
and that was difficult. I mean, they really didn't like me, my bosses, outside of my aunt. Like she just worked with me when I worked at Taco Bell, but because I was always doing stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Extracurriculars. But then like my weekends would just be like work, and I'm like, I'm not trying to work all weekend.
Mm-hmm. Dang. Yeah, that's busy. Yeah, I just worked at a grocery store for like a few hours during the weekend.
Nice.
It was nothing much, but yeah, like we had long days throughout high school. That's crazy looking back. But I'd say college was worse though. Like college was way
Yeah,
harder than high school
yeah.
was.
Well, because like you might not necessarily be like, well, you are, but there's just so much more, and they're like you're independent in a way, right? Of like you have to figure it out, your schedule. You got so many other like people you need to talk to make like and coordinate, like make sure it's okay over here. Obviously, you have the sport performance pressure and just like wanting to train well, do well,
Mm-hmm.
class wise. Like, am I studying the way I need to study? But I'm freaking tired and sore from practice. Like, I'm not even trying to
Mm-hmm.
do this. Trying to be social if you can. You said you didn't really have a social life, right?
No, I mean I'm an introvert, so like I'm kind of a home person anyway. But no, it's hard for me to go do things and like go do fun things outside of rowing and school because I was so busy. Like my Saturdays, I'd sleep probably 4 to 5 hours a Saturday, you know,
Dang.
to like catch up and reset for the next week. Yeah, rowing's tough though. Like rowing's a hard sport.
I'm good on that one.
Yeah, I wouldn't I wouldn't recommend unless you like really hard stuff, but I think we also just had a harder year than usual, so just
What
because
made it more of a challenging year that year?
our coaches were new. Our head coach
Oh,
was a new head coach, and she was just trying stuff with us.
trying to prove some shit.
I get giving us like Olympic level workouts, you know, just
No.
crazy stuff that we probably like. She even told me down the road, like, "Hey, yeah, we worked you guys way too hard. Like, we probably should have slowed down." But
Thanks
nah,
for telling me now.
I know. Yeah, years after.
Jesus. I mean, yeah. And see, I'm an extrovert, so I want my
Mm-hmm.
social time. I want to have my experience in college. So I was just sacrifice doing what I can, still going to practice, still going out, coach
Mm-hmm.
giving me shit because I'd come in like, he'd be like, "Did you go out last night?" I'm like, "Yeah, but I only had a few drinks." And he's like, "Well, that's gonna impact your training." I'm like, "Bro, watch
Yeah.
this PR though."
Yeah, that's awesome. Because I bet you did throw better, like being looser and having fun and being able to enjoy yourself. I bet that did improve, like, just like you're throwing with just how, like, calm you can be. But,
Yo.
like, with rowing, it was an endurance sport. So if you drank, or at least for me, I would feel horrible. Like,
Oh
for
yeah, I
practice,
bet.
we can, like, you cannot drink. Those girls that did that are crazy.
Yeah,
Going out
nah.
and drinking and then rowing the next day.
Now, it wouldn't impact me throwing, but what I will say is like we had to get it together for like lifting because we were lifting crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I bet. I bet you're lifting so hard.
I can't even sniff the weights that I was lifting at that point in
Mm-hmm.
time.
Dang. Do you remember any records or any maxes that
Uh
you had?
Yeah, like let's see, back squat at one point I maxed at 400.
Dang.
Uh Power clean, not hang clean. So from the floor, I
Mm-hmm.
had gotten it was either 198 or right at 200. I remember it being like
Damn.
because that was a pretty big deal. Like I
Mm-hmm.
got that up, and then uh deadlift freshman year I got 300, and then we just like kind of stopped maxing deadlift after that.
Mm-hmm.
And like bench press was never really like my strong suit back in college, so I think I only maxed on bench like at like 130.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was always a hard one for me too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
Olymp lifts.
Yeah, that's wild.
I
That's
was
a
like,
lot of
that,
weight.
yeah, that weight ain't going on this body now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now like I lift with just the bar now. Most of the
Body
days
weight
I'm just using the
shit.
bar. Yeah.
I know. I went back up to, not this week, trying to get back into stuff, but I'm now back in my sets of 10.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Yep. Get that going. Work on these joints.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, how you feeling? How's your body feeling?
I'd say it's feeling a little better than it was a month ago, but we're still kind of, like I said, just the winter. So winter
Mm-hmm.
wise, you're just dealing with stuff that's achy, just a little more stiffness. Um, and I think like my body's like kind of like adjusting to it now, so it's like not as rickety as it was a month ago,
Yeah.
but like noticeably still not where I was towards the end of summer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's crazy how that cold does make your joints just hurt or your body just hurts more.
I know. How about you?
I feel I'm pretty good. I've been like I had a cold a few weeks ago and I felt it like coming back this week, so I've kind of been dealing with that. But besides that, I feel all right. Like my
Yeah.
body was achy and I was feeling really tired for a few weeks, but I
Yeah.
think I'm coming out of that. So I'm doing good now. I'm just sore. I'm just sore still. I don't know.
Yeah.
My joints are fine, but I feel like I got muscles that are just really
Hmm.
tight.
Yeah. Now I hear you. Yeah, that's hard. I mean, everybody was sick, like we were talking about last night, because like you came back
Mm-hmm.
and then I started not I don't think I got it from you. I just think everybody was doing
No.
great. But like
Mm-hmm.
that, like I started feeling a little down the week before Christmas. And I was like, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, at least it's happening now and not the week of Christmas, but it was that like I'm just tired.
Yeah.
Um, like I wasn't running a fever or anything like that. Like didn't have a sinus infection, but just that like throat is kind of itchy. Like you're
Mm-hmm.
not sick enough to like where you're gonna infect people or where you can't do stuff, but just like you just don't want to do stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, like just slightly sick. Like just a
Yeah.
little sick. Like I'm not like sick where I need to stay home and sleep, but I just feel sick.
Yeah. And like you just don't have a lot into you. And I know the most annoying
Mm-hmm.
thing for me is like my nose when it's stuffed at night. And then like I wake up because my mouth is dry because I'm mouth breathing and like
Mm-hmm.
it just feels like so much pressure. That shit will put me in a bad mood.
Yeah. Oh, I bet.
Nasal spray though,
Yeah.
it's that good shit.
The kind you can get addicted to.
I mean, maybe. Sacrifices are to be made if you want to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever think about okay, so one of my intrusive thoughts, I don't know if you've ever thought about this, but like every time I go through this season of like stuff being stuffed up, I'm like, dang, like if I were to ever get snatched up, like taken or whatever, and then they like tied, like so I wouldn't make
Mm.
any like noise, I'd have to be like, no, 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 my nose is stuff. Like you kill me.
That is so random.
You never thought about that before?
Not when I'm sick.
Well, you
I've
got to be
never
ready.
thought like, oh, I got a stuffy nose if I got kidnapped. I want to be able to breathe.
You never know. You
Yeah,
never knew.
you never know.
Yeah, but that probably goes to show that like I watch maybe too much true crime.
Hmm.
If that's my scenario that goes through my mind when I get sick.
Yeah, how much true crime do you watch?
I mean, I come across something at least once a day.
Dang.
like if it's on TikTok, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
I might fester on something. Like my YouTube algorithm is going to give me
Yeah.
something I might click on for a hot second.
Yeah, mine was trying to do that to me last night. I was wanting to watch these videos, but I'm like, this is too dark right now. I need to watch something light.
Yeah,
It didn't get me.
that's good. You exercised boundaries.
Yeah. But I do like some true crime when I'm feeling it. Like during the day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it at nighttime when I'm trying to sleep.
I mean, that's fair. I don't know. I'm weird by it like that. It'll put me to sleep.
Yeah, I've been watching Love Is Blind lately to fall asleep.
Addicted. Addicted. I've heard that's a good show.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's good, but it's drama and it's
Dang.
something I can just fall asleep to. So it's
So not like Squid Games.
no. Which we did watch Squid Games this week. Jeff watched it and I was like, fine, I'll watch it.
Oh, what'd you think?
It was alright. I didn't like the first couple episodes.
Okay.
But
Is it slow? I haven't watched it.
no, it's just like people killing each other.
Yeah, that's a little intense.
Yeah. And I just didn't. I don't know.
Yeah.
The storyline like was better in the
Yeah.
following episodes, but the first couple I was like,
Also, I have this thing. I don't, unless I'm like watching a legit martial arts movie like that, like I don't want to deal with voiceovers. So isn't it like predominant? Like are they Korean or are they Chinese? I don't remember.
I'm not sure. I don't know. I think
But-
Korean.
But they're like speaking. It's like an American voiceover, but it's actually a Korean show.
Yeah, you can switch it over to watch it in Korean and read subtitles if you want. Like instead of having the English voiceover.
Yeah,
That's
it's like
what we did.
I guess I'd rather do the subtitles.
That's what we did. That wasn't bad.
Nice, because it's like this person's voice inflection doesn't seem like this dude that's talking to me right now.
Yeah, Jeff didn't realize it at first, and he was like, their voices or their mouths aren't lining up with their voices. Like Jeff, they're speaking a different language. It's an English voiceover.
He's like,
And then
oh
he
shit.
switched it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, not bad. Have you watched anything recently besides true crime? Any good shows?
Movies, not
Yeah,
shows
movies.
wise. Emily and I have been on movies for the holiday stuff. So like we watched the holiday movies. So I had to watch The Best Man Holiday. I think I talked about that last time on our holiday pod. Let's see. Had our classics. I'm a 90. Like I used to watch movies all the time. So we just got done watching Armageddon. Classic.
Nice.
Although she was really hating on Liv Tyler's character. She's like, what's the point of her? And I'm like, she's the daughter. That's Ben Affleck's love interest, Bruce Willis's daughter. Like that was this. It made sense in the storyline. She wasn't feeling her role. Let's see. Oh, another classic, one of my favorites, 90s, Face Off.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that yet.
Yo, you need to. Great. You can never do another one. And you can't do one of those with any other actors outside of John Travolta and Nicolas Cage. Amazing. Do you even know what the premise of the movie is about?
Yeah, something about them switching faces. But
Emily didn't realize that until they were doing the surgery. She was like, oh, that's why it's called Face Off. I was like, yeah, mask off. Classic. Great movie. She liked that movie.
Yeah.
But we're going to finish tonight because we didn't finish it. You should check this one out too because it's actually pretty good. It's based off true events if you like history, stuff like that. But 6888, Netflix.
All right.
With Kerry Washington, based off of true events.
Okay.
Back in the Vietnam War.
What is it? 688?
6888.
888.
Yeah.
Is
6888.
Spelled out or is it?
Yeah, the number. Yeah, it'll pop up. Yeah, the number. The number 6, the number 8. Without spoiling, basically, yeah, the movie is based off true events of like Black women getting these letters that had not been delivered from all these soldiers and whatnot because they couldn't, and basically getting this platoon of Black women to do it and train in the army and everything.
Nice. Oh, that sounds cool.
Hell
yeah.
Women empowerment, baby.
Yeah, I watched Dear Santa the other day. It was pretty
I was
funny. I liked
Wait,
it.
who's in that one again?
I don't, I don't know. I don't know actors, but it's hilarious. The boy accidentally sends a letter to Satan instead of Santa.
Heck yeah.
Oh, Jack Black is in it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm here for that. You got to hit up the Christmas stuff, holiday.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's what we're on. No shows right now. We are on movies.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the time of the year to watch movies. It's
Yeah.
cold out, dark
Mm-hmm.
out.
But now, we're getting back into the swing of stuff. So yeah, we got through our holidays. I know we kind of talked about just 3 days into 2025, but for those of y'all who are out there, Michaela and I are not journalists, but do your own research. There's some stuff going on in the world right now. Popping the year off.
More alien stuff.
Well, we may have shifted. I'm still a believer that the aliens are here, but the aliens might be an asterisk right now. And right now, it may seem I would have rather the aliens versus what's going on right now.
Damn, I don't know if I know what's going on.
A lot. I'm just gonna say we got attacks going on. We got cyber trucks blowing up.
I did see that one.
So just look into it.
All right, I gotta do more research.
But it's like, dang, 2025, like we couldn't even get like a weekend. We couldn't get a week in.
Mm-hmm.
We couldn't even get hours in before stuff started popping in.
And I feel like it's always like that.
It is.
Every time you want a reset, like things just keep happening.
Well, I don't know, I guess it's pretty fitting as far as like I said, our topic and our Zen talk for this week, as we talked about in 2024, how we wrapped up. Michaela and I had a lot of growth, a lot of intentions, go-getter kind of energy. Would you agree with that?
Oh yeah, for sure.
And so when we think about coming into this year, I know me personally, I don't do New Year's resolutions, but I'm not gonna hate on peeps that like that and do it. For more so for me personally, I set like intentions or like a word, and it's just more so of like a continuum of of growing me versus like, because I feel like sometimes the way people say like New Year's resolutions, they just hyper focus on one thing and then like just completely abandon everything else that they've worked on up until that point. So
Yeah.
how about you? What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, for me, like I always kind of set goals, like just little goals, and I think that's kind of just what I do at the beginning of the year anyway, but like I just look at towards certain dates, so like I'm competing February 1st, so my goals are just according to that, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just going to stick with that. I got 1 month to improve and get better at doing stuff, and then after that's over, then I'll look for the next date and give myself some goals for the next date.
That's what we like to hear. Okay, like we're gonna get into that too for content, because Michaela's got another competition coming up, as she just said, for February 1st. Yeah, no, I like that. That's more so kind of like I'm not that structured in my goal setting, but I have a similar attitude, right? As like these little things that you have these dates you're working towards. This is what I'm doing, and how can I continue to improve from that?
Yeah. Like I got too many little things that I'm trying to do, like to just have one overall goal for the whole year. Like I got a ton of little things that are happening.
I got all this little stuff going on. I mean, if the theme continues, it's just growth. We're continuing to be trendsetters in our own worlds and whatnot. I just told Jill, shout out to Jill, I just gave her my word of the year after finalizing that with Emily a few days ago. But I gave that to Jill yesterday, what my word for 2025 is. Did I ever tell you what my word for 2024 was?
I don't know.
Alignment. That was my word for last year. And there was a lot that I was doing, continue to do, to align myself personally and professionally with all the little stuff that I got going on and how I'm moving through that. This year, I didn't want to be basic. Not to say that this is basic, but I just needed something different. I was kind of festering on like Phoenix, rising Phoenix kind of energy. Cause I was like, okay, alignment.
Right.
We had kind of like a rough 2024, just like personal stressors and stuff like that. So we're coming up out of the ashes, and all my fruits of my labor are going to be had and eaten this year. But I was like, I don't like Phoenix. Everybody has that. Emily's word for Phoenix, I think, was 2 years ago. So mine is actually metamorphosis.
All right.
Like a butterfly.
What does that mean?
Like changing, like you're going like
a
yeah.
Caterpillar to the butterfly. Okay.
Yep. That's my word.
That's a good word.
Thank you.
That's way better than Phoenix.
That's what I thought. I was like, this seems way more fitting for me. And actually, let me give you the exact definition, because I was like, yeah, this is me.
Damn.
Okay, so not for an insect, just in regard or general. A change of the form or nature of a thing or person into a completely different one by natural or supernatural means.
Ooh, supernatural. All right, 2025.
Yeah. So I got a lot of stuff coming up this year. That's gonna continue setting me where I want to be.
Dang. What are you going to change into a completely new person?
I want to be Deja. Don't worry. Still gonna be me. But you're gonna see my wings this year.
All right.
Yeah, we flying.
I believe that. I'm ready to see them.
Yeah, we out here. Like I said, on every little thing. Like I said, super excited about the pod stuff. I really like what we've been doing with that. Like I said, it warmed my heart this holiday season for like to hear my family talk about like our pod. Yeah, my grandma was like, y'all sound pretty good, dude. I was like, oh, thanks, grandma. Grandpa thought the same thing too. Like they weren't just saying that because I'm their grandkid, but they're like, when they said it actually sounded kind, I was like, oh yeah, you liked it.
Awesome. Yeah, I love that.
Got our little Merc, and I don't know. I just like where we're going with everything. Our stickers, it's super cool. Running into the little girls yesterday.
Yeah. One of those little girls, she was like, "My birthday's next week," and she told me, "You better get me something. Pinky promised me you're gonna get me something." Dang. I told her I'd draw her a picture, so that's
all right.
I gotta do that.
I think she hustled you though.
I know.
I respect the game. Yeah.
It's like, damn, I can't break that
at all. Yeah, even if you had like just a little picture, it was something. Because she's not gonna forget.
I know. She asked me yesterday. I was like, "Girl, your birthday's next week. You told me."
Is she? Are these one of the new kids, or like has she been here for a while?
They're newer. I think they joined like a month ago, maybe.
Nice.
Yeah, she's got a tiny little sister.
All right. Well, they were feeling the stickers when I came in yesterday.
Nice. So they take a couple.
They did. Well, they took the one, and she was like, "Can I get it?" And I was like, "Get some more." And like the parent was just like.
Yeah, that's awesome though.
Yeah, so
if anybody wants stickers, we got some.
Yeah, shout out Michaela on that. So yeah, we're building on that. I told you I'm foot to ass right now, like foot all up in my ass, probably like the whole leg for me. Maybe basically like 2 legs. Like somebody's like whole bottom half might be all up in my ass when it comes to this dissertation shit, because I'm rolling on that. Because I have to be done by this spring. So I've got specific dates locked in. So working at weird times of the hour, finding times to do what I got to do, because got to get that done.
Yeah. Yeah, you're almost there, though.
We are. Right? It's been a long 7 years.
That's so crazy.
I am at the tail end. Yeah. Dang. So just FYI, anybody out there wanting to pursue a doctorate, you have 7 years total to do it. And it's a process.
Yeah, good luck.
Thank you. Yeah, that's good luck. Cheese and rice. So yeah, I'm excited. I don't know. I just got a lot of excitement Cause I also like feed off of like other people and what other stuff got going on. I feel like Emily's really in a really good spot. I feel like you're in a super awesome spot. So that's really cool to see.
Mm-hmm.
Just other people too. I'm like, let my people thrive because I'm thriving.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's awesome, like, hanging out with other people that are also enjoying and doing great things in their life, like, you feed off of that, and then I feel like
Mm-hmm.
everybody rises up a level because you're just feeding off of good energy.
Mm-hmm. That's what that collectiveness looks
Mm-hmm.
like.
Yeah, it's awesome, and it's fun being around, like, when you're excited about your stuff and I'm excited about my stuff, like, it's just fun energy.
It is. Let's not lose that and continue.
Yeah, we will.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. Well, we're going to be getting some more on that, like I said, for our topic and our Zen talk for this week. With that said, we got some updates for y'all getting into this content because we left you the weekend of AGF was happening, so we didn't get to recap. That was a really cool. I didn't get to go. Michaela went, but Michaela, give us a recap. That was some people's first competitions going to compete for the first time. How did it all go? All that.
Yeah. Yeah, it was my sister's first tournament. Shout
Shout
out
out
to
Lauren.
Lauren. Yeah, she did good. She won her first match and then she lost her second too, but she did pretty good for her first time out there. I was super nervous. After her first one, I was a little shaky because I was so nervous for Lauren. But she did awesome. She fought the whole time. She didn't get subbed. She got her first sub on her first match.
Hey, getting it. What
Yeah,
was the sub? Was it a
rear
rear
naked
naked?
choke. Yeah. Yeah, it was good. She reversed like her opponent got mount on her. Lauren like turned that, or she got mount and then she got Lauren's back. Lauren reversed it and was in closed guard, and then she passed her guard, and then Lauren got mount, and then she took back, and then she got her rear naked. But at first, I was like, "Oh shit, Lauren's on the bottom." I was like, "Oh no, this is gonna be over quick." But
Yeah.
she reversed it and got out of it, and it was pretty sweet. I was
Hell
pumped.
yeah. Let's go. Yeah, you were pretty nervous about that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's your little
Yeah.
sis going into battle.
Yeah, and I've never seen her do anything like that before, like she's never really been in an aggressive sport, so
Mm,
I didn't know what was going to come out, but she did awesome. She was
yeah.
aggressive. It was funny, like when they first started and they were like locked up, like clinching, and her eyes just got like serious. Like she was
She
like, "All
got
right,
locked
yeah."
in.
She's like, I need to go after this." But
I'm here for that.
yeah,
So,
me
like,
too.
was there what surprised you the most, I guess, watching her?
Just probably how hard she fought the whole time. Like
Yeah.
she didn't stop. Yeah, her next two matches, the girls kind of they were had more experience than her, so they were kind of going back and forth from like back to mount to just like being heavy on Lauren.
Yeah.
But they couldn't get a sub on her. Like she really was fighting the whole entire time. And afterwards, she was so exhausted, so tired. And Matt was like, "All right, Lauren, are you ready to do another one in a couple hours?" And she just like gave him the death stare, like, "No."
No, I'm done. I gave it everything I had.
Yeah. Yeah, but she did. Proud of her.
Yeah. Well, awesome. I'm super excited to hear that. I was super excited to hear. I was like, what's going on? Like, tell me
Yeah.
what's going on. I didn't go, but that's all right. And like I kind of figured that was going to happen though. Knew Lauren was
Hmm.
going to be a little beast out here. And I'm like, what was her take? Did she surprise herself? I'm curious.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, I need to ask her what her like takeaway thoughts are. But
Yeah.
I think she felt pretty good. I don't know if she wants to compete more, but I
Hey,
mean, she's ready to get back at it. Like this whole week, she was ready to go practice and roll. Like she's like the day after her tournament, she was like, "I can't wait to get back and roll." So I'm
that's
like,
what we love to
yeah,
hear.
that's awesome.
Hey, and if that isn't a big thing, of like you said, she hasn't been in an aggressive sport like this or contact sport like this, let alone like outside of watching you do competitions, like there's no exposure to jujitsu.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, and then when Matt was like, "This is what you're doing," 3 months before, I was like, "Oh shit, okay, right." Saw the transition, um, And it's just like super cool to see somebody like, I don't know if she like, I mean, we all get nervous, you know, so I don't know if she's like doubting herself or what, but when like you prove yourself to do something that you didn't know or maybe thought that you could do, even that she did it, it's like after you get done, you're like, oh shit, like you know, I did do that. I'm curious. She was like, man, I had more fight than I thought I did, you know?
Yeah. We'll have to get her on the pod.
It's 2025, y'all. We told y'all. Heidi's already got it. We gotta solidify a date. I know she's got busy stuff going on, but Heidi's coming on first, and this is gonna be within the next couple weeks. We get it going. But yeah, 2025, y'all, get ready because there's gonna be a lot of interviews to be had. Lauren, you're coming on. Whether you want to or not,
I know
it's happening.
She doesn't want to, but she is.
Yeah, it is. It is going to be what it is. So be prepared. But
we'll prepare you.
Don't worry, we're not just going to throw you out there. But that's cool. I'm glad that Lauren did really well. How about everybody else? Like I know Uncle Rich, when they call him a 30-year-old, these 20-year-olds calling him an uncle. But all right, Uncle Rich, he got himself a wrist lock on this first one. I was like, it would be him. He would throw a wrist lock on somebody.
Yeah, I didn't see that one, but heard about it.
Yeah.
I don't know who I watched. I watched Wyatt. I watched a couple of his.
Okay.
Jaron.
How'd he do?
He did all right. I think he was winning his first match, and then his nose started bleeding, and they called it. But his second one was all right. Jaron did good. I don't remember how everybody did.
Okay, but overall, the vibe seemed like people.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We went out to eat afterwards, and it was fun. Everybody was having a good time. Everybody learned something from their matches, so that's good.
Yeah. Well, nice. Well, hey, that's what we say. If people don't compete again, or if they decide they want to compete every time that they can, that's just one of those things. You at least have to try it. And you don't have to be a certain, you don't have to be a certain person about it or whatever. It's just more so the experience, just to kind of get in there. Just try it out.
Yeah, you'll learn so much about yourself without realizing how much you're going to learn about yourself.
That part.
It's a cool experience.
Yeah, so I recommend it. Hopefully we see some of those new competitors and Lauren maybe back out there on the comp mats, but no pressure or pushing on this end. 100% support on whatever that looks like.
Yeah, same here.
But speaking of competition, Michaela.
Yeah.
Update the people. What do you got going on?
Yeah, I got a tournament February 1st in Des Moines, Iowa. It's a sub-spectrum tournament. I'm doing that, and then I signed up for the Absolute Division 2. So I'm
well, Absolute you said was like 155?
I don't know. I think so.
Okay.
I can't remember. I know the tournament is 155 and under, or it's 140 to 155.
Gotcha. So you're not going to be getting somebody's like 200 pounds.
I don't remember the absolute rules. I think it's 155 and under. I'll have to double check, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta start training a little harder and get ready for that because I want to be feeling good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, you had to get through the holidays and just getting through some of that sickness and whatnot. Oh yeah, you'll be getting it back. So second trip to Des Moines now, because that was the first one that you did for Orbit, right?
Orbit was in Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
2 hours more west or east of Des Moines. But Des Moines is only like 3 hours from Lawrence, so it'll be a drive.
I hate driving through Iowa, but Des Moines isn't bad. You can stop. That's the college town.
Yeah, I didn't know that. All right. We'll check it out when I go up there.
Yep. Okay. And so well, probably not because it just happened. Do you have access to the brackets or is it just one match?
It's a double elimination. So I'll have 2 guaranteed matches. And I think they've been posting just the brackets on Instagram. And I think right now we got 4 girls signed up. So hopefully we get some more.
Yeah.
Word spreads, but we'll see.
Okay.
They're separated into 3 different groups, which is kind of cool: beginner, intermediate, and advanced. So it's a
Mm-hmm.
little different, but should be fun.
Oh yeah, for sure. And so because I think I might be confusing that one with the one I briefly talked to you about that I'd seen come across my Facebook feed, was like the KCC or open mat girls. And so there's like another competition like for money, but it's like there's 2 rounds about, like I think there's a spring round and then to maybe compete in August for money.
Oh yeah, the Subspectrum's doing that.
Is that the same? The same? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. If you win, I think it's I don't know if it's your division or if it's absolute, but first and second automatically get to go into another tournament in August. I think they call it like state finals or something. So yeah, I guess if I can win this, then I'll automatically be able to go to the next one.
Yeah. Well, sweet. Some fun stuff coming up beginning of the year then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't done this before, so it'll be fun.
Hey, getting after it. And then you still got, I mean, the girls wrestling and stuff. So those,
Mm-hmm.
um, no competition this weekend, but then like now it's going to be like probably twice a week now, going all the way until like mid-February, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I think our regionals and state are in the last 2 weeks of February. So
Mm-hmm.
once February gets here, I'm gonna be busy.
Yeah,
Super busy.
but then I'll slow down. You
Yeah, but
focus
then
solely on what?
yeah, it'll be done. I'll be over March 1st, so I'll be
Mm.
getting back into jiu-jitsu, more jiu-jitsu after that.
Yeah. What about the MMA gym?
Yeah, I need to start doing some MMA again too.
All right, but
Yeah.
like just starting off good though, starting the season off
Mhm.
strong. Like I said, you just got to get through the little sickness and get
Mhm.
through the holiday and back at it.
I know. Yeah, I wasn't planning on signing up for anything. Like I was just going to give myself a break this like winter going into spring just to give myself time to train. But then I saw one of my competitors signed up for it. I'm like, all right.
Michaela's a shark out here. She smelled a drop of blood in the water and said, "I'm coming."
Yeah.
All
So I
right,
signed up for it Christmas Eve. That was the cutoff for the first. That was the first cutoff date. So I'm like, all right, I'll sign up.
let's go.
Yeah,
Let's go.
no breaks. Yeah, I don't know if I want to start off strong this year. Like, might as well get started competing early instead of
Why not?
waiting for
Yeah.
summer.
No, that's a little too long for that if you're able to do it. So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I want to compete more this year than I did last year. So I
how many times did you compete last year?
think I went to 7 different
Okay.
tournaments.
Damn.
Yeah, 2 super fights and then 5 different tournaments. So
Mm-hmm.
try to get more in this year.
The elevation, it continues.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
Yeah.
some big stuff coming up.
Do you know when you're going to compete next, or do you have an idea of what you want to do for this year?
I know I have an idea what I'd like to do. It's a matter of, like I said, my number one thing
Yeah,
is
your
going to be
dissertation.
my dissertation stuff. So, but like I'm still going to be training. It just
Mm-hmm.
might not be as intense as I would like it to be to feel comfortable competing. But I'm also, if there's a good opportunity, I mean, at this point in time, unless I haven't been training for like 2 weeks, I would do it because I
Mm-hmm.
feel prepared enough because I'm still in shape.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, so tentatively, if something comes about, I mean, and obviously like finances, like stuff is just like so expensive. I would like to go to Florida Pans if I can, and
Oh,
that's
hell
in
yeah.
March, but that's gonna be a big if.
All right. I'm going to write that down. I'll check that one out.
Yeah, because yeah, the new schedule for 2025 for IBJJF has come out, and obviously, Masters Worlds is definitely number one on the list, and that's not till August. But I would like to do a few or a couple or something before that.
Yeah.
We just got to get this schooling done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, do you know
Mm-hmm.
when you'll be done with that? Like, by what month do you think you'll be done?
Schooling?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, at the latest. I mean, I like. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. Like
It has to be done.
Like it has to be done by like mid at the latest, the end of April.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Period.
Mhm.
Or it's like, all right, whip, we're gonna have to try to figure out how to get an extension here, and then go to the fall. I'm not doing that. So
no, you got it.
Rolling. It's a lot of words to look through.
Yeah. Oh, I bet.
So yes, competitions coming up. Okay, we got a lot of even like coming down here. Like I said, yeah, I did see this. I don't know if you saw it, but ADCC Kids is going to be making its return in 2026.
No,
Just
I didn't
FYI.
know
I
that.
didn't even know they did kid stuff, but I ran across that. So that will
Mm-hmm.
be something that comes about competition wise. And as far as like any other upcoming 2025 winter competitions and events, do you have anything else on your radar outside of the ones you're competing on, or maybe stuff that's coming up?
Yeah, Blue Corner's having a grappling event January 18th.
Oh,
And
okay.
and so is our local gym. Crash Combat Championships are having a fight card that same night on January 18th, and then Shamrock's another fighting card out of Kansas City, and they're also having fights January 18th. So there's a lot coming up in a couple weeks.
Yeah, it seems like January 18th is the hot date because that is also
Mhm.
UFC 311.
Oh dang. Yeah, that is kind of wild. Yeah, besides that, there's some other fight cards going on, like in February. But jujitsu wise, April 26th, it's called Chick Jiu-Jitsu or Chick Jitsu and it's coming to Columbia, Missouri. I haven't looked
Mm.
into that too much. I don't think I'm going to do that one, but that's something that's close. Um, and then in March, AGF is coming to Kansas City.
Oh,
And
okay.
and did you see that AGF is now going to include pro grappling matches?
I did not see that.
Yeah. They're having, and I looked because for the Kansas City event, if you register, you can also register for the pro grappling matches, and those are going to happen before the normal tournament. So you can sign up for your tournament, absolute, and a pro match. And if you win that pro match, like if you win your bracket, then you get an opportunity to compete at the end of the year for $5,000 for your division.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. But there's only two weight divisions for like guys and girls. Girls is 135 and under and 135 plus.
You
Yeah.
to what? Plus to what?
I don't know. It just says plus.
Wow. Okay. This is the first I'm hearing about a pro anything for AGS, so that's
Mm-hmm.
pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. I just wonder how many people are going to actually sign up and try to compete for that, you know? Because
Mm-hmm.
it is any belt rank and it's 16-year-olds and up. So you could be competing against anyone, like any rank, any age, any weight over 135.
Sounds like it's going to be an entertaining thing to watch as a
Mm-hmm.
spectator.
Yeah. It might be fun though, like if you win and then you get to go compete at the end of the year for $5,000. Like that's pretty
Yeah.
sweet.
Mm-hmm. Well, look into it. Get yourself signed up.
Yeah, they're coming to KC March 8th. So
Okay.
that'll be a
That's
close
plenty of
one.
time, couple months.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, GF. Um, well, continuing on, like the competitions that we don't have to do the predictions and whatnot, but UFC 311, like talked about, is also on January 18th. That will be UFC's first pay-per-view of the year, which will be who's headline? I think Islam and
Yeah.
Arman. Can never say that dude's last name, but number two, they're headlining. Hopefully that's a good fight. I think it's be a really fun grappling fight. Between the two. The co-main might be threatened. Right now we have Marab and Umar, but I just saw something right before I got on that Umar may have an injury.
Yeah.
Um, but I guess we'll see. Yeah, I guess he had a broken arm.
What?
Yeah, and
How is that
apparently,
a maybe?
yeah, yeah. I was gonna say I'm reading it right now off of like Bloody Elbow, MMMania.com, and BVM Sports. Like they're all saying like Umar details injury ahead of Marab Clash 3 UFC 311. Umar
Mhm.
interview reveals broken arm ahead of Marab. Umar's manager advised him not to fight at UFC 311. So I'm like, if you are a betting person, maybe if he does fight, you bet on Merab.
Dang. That's crazy. Like, hey, my arm might be broken. I might fight.
Like, all right, bro. Cheese and rice. So yeah, I guess we'll see if that happens. We also have Jiri fighting Jamal Hill. I don't think they fought. That'll be the first fight. Then you have Benil Dararouche fighting Moicano. I like Moicano in that fight. And then you got Kevin Holland coming back to fight Rainer de Ritter. I want to say de Riddler, but it's not that. It'd be a way cooler name if it was.
Yeah.
No ladies. No ladies on
Damn.
this card. I mean, it is, let's see, where is it going to be? Oh, it's in California, but it's an Islam card. I don't know if he has ladies on his card, but the next fight for women, it looks like won't be until fight night, February 1st, which will be Jasmine Jostevicius against Myra Buno Silva. And
yeah, there's a fight night coming up on the 11th. That's the one Mackenzie Dern's headlining with Amanda Ribas.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I went ahead and skipped all over that one. You right. That is next Saturday. Yep, headlining. Should be a good fight. I think Mackenzie. You never know with Mackenzie Dern with MMA.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. Like, what if Fiona Davies like stepped up in MMA again? Like, I wonder how that fight would go if she put gloves on. If she would still just like kick Mackenzie Dern's ass.
I think she could.
Doesn't train. Yeah, I think she could too. Even though she doesn't train MMA.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'd be fun to watch.
Oh yeah, for sure. But just like we're talking about, there's a lot of fun. Like now, we're rounded out 2024. Like no fights or outside of boxing was happening post like mid through December. So now here we are about to just get back and rolling. Every week there's about to be stuff. So it give us a lot of stuff to talk about for MMA and fighting in general. Cool. All right. Checked off a whole bunch there. Okay, I don't know if you saw this, but curious because we somewhat talked about this before, but I forgot who the actual person was. I think something Glover, I think he had an issue with modern day black belts and whatnot, but then Craig Jones had talked about preserving the BJJ black belt journey. So did you see any of that? Because it kind of goes into that talk of tradition, what does that look like? Like we've talked about, I mean, like now there's so many people, different skill levels, how you are training, that a blue belt a blue belt can beat a black belt these days, right? And so I think in people's minds they kind of get into this situation where they're like, oh, well, if I can beat you, like if I could beat you, then I should have a black belt.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't agree with, regardless, because it's not about necessarily ability and all that. So here's what he said, actually. This was back in October, but he believes that Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt is a marketing trick. He criticized so this is off of bjjee.com news. And so Craig Jones recently stirred up controversy by criticizing the BJJ belt system, calling it marketing gimmick designed to keep people committed to the sport. So he said on a podcast, the black belt is honestly just a trick. It's like a marketing trick to keep people hooked. It's the reason why people do jiu-jitsu longer than they do kickboxing or boxing classes. It's a hook to keep you invested. You could be a shitty black belt. A black belt doesn't prevent or mean anything at the end of the day. You're only as good as how you could train and perform. That's definitely a hot take.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like you have to be a black belt to truly understand if, like what it means to have a black belt. But I do get like you can have shitty black belts.
Oh, for sure.
But I mean, that's you still earned your black belt, you know?
Yeah. I mean, okay, here's how I look at it too, Greg, because technically earning your black belt, you're a professor, doctor,
Mm-hmm.
right? So
Yeah.
if you're a doctor, like a medical doctor or any other professional that's gotten through a certain stage or criteria or whatever, you could still be shitty at your position.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah, but it's like you
'Cause-
still took the test, you still perform what you need to perform. You're
Yeah.
just not as good as this world renowned surgeon over here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like the belts. Like
Me too.
I like them. I like knowing or being able to see the next level, like visualize the next level and knowing what there is to look forward to. But I'm just curious, like when you finally reach black belt, like how you feel about the belt system after you've gone through the belt system. Like that might be a different perspective than us who are now in the middle trying to work our way up.
Heidi, we got questions for you when you get here.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
Let's
that's a
talk
really
to
good
Heidi.
question. Yeah, because I've thought about the same thing, right? Like I really like the belt system because it gives you something to look forward to. You're kind of working towards something, right? Gives you that motivation. And
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of like, outside of a coral belt, right? I'm like, I was like, I wonder how like a Matt and Heidi outside of teaching your classes, when you are a black belt and you've reached that pinnacle and like our new black belts and stuff, what does that look like? Because you technically don't outside of a coral belt and I mean, you have your first degree, second degree, and so on. So you're
Mm-hmm.
still achieving like those kinds of accolades, so to speak. While I guess I'm more so I'm like, yeah, what do you do with that? But I guess when I think about it, it comes back to like my appreciation and respect of the art
Mm-hmm.
and it's a pay it forward kind of like we talked like paying it forward like I'm
Yeah.
still going to be I'm like at a certain age I'm not going to be training like I was now or like 8, 10, 9 years ago and that doesn't mean I like body willing I'm not going to not be training
Mm-hmm.
and I just think the amount of your ability to teach, your ability to coach like other people, the ability to see certain things that like this purple belt is not going to be able to see, right? In their
Mm-hmm.
game just because you're so familiar. I think you do a really big disservice in just anything in general with that kind of mindset of like, well, once you've achieved this, like what's the point? Because somebody could
Mm-hmm.
outperform you. It's not about performance.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, if you're only a competitor and that's what you see yourself as, maybe. But I mean, in the sport, like I like what you're saying. Like, yeah, you reach that certain stage and then you help the people that are coming up, like you teach, you coach, you learn how to help jujitsu in different ways.
Yeah.
Like when I'm old, I'm not going to be able to compete, you know?
Right.
Like,
Unless I'm roided out. I don't know.
yeah, but I think it's fun, like helping people see things.
Mm-hmm. Same. Yeah. And I think that's the beauty of it. And I think you and I both have like a respect for that tradition
Mhm.
that when you see a lot of people who practice now, not everybody, but you see a lot of the young bucks or like we like Craig Jones, but I mean like he does have like the no-gi new kind of mindset with that. And I just think those kinds of philosophies and ideologies are going to be problematic for the appreciation and longevity of jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu is not they're not going to be able to be where they're at with jiu-jitsu had there not been this particular kind of belt system and respect. So it really
Mhm.
kind of irks me when, you know, people try to deviate from and I get it, like Japanese jiu-jitsu whatever, but when you try to like deviate from that by saying like, well, what's the point anyway? It's like, well, not for you, and that's why you don't maybe need to be in the sport.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be weird without a belt system. Like if we are just training, like I don't
Yeah.
know. I feel like there has to be some sort of divide to be
Yeah.
like you're a beginner, you've been at this for a little bit and then you're an expert.
Mm-hmm. Like what? Like we probably know, like we know some blue belts that could jack up some black belts and
Mhm.
purple belts or whatever, but I could tell you they're not going to be able to teach me or give me any same kind of
Oh
comment
yeah.
as this black belt over here, and not even close.
Yeah, that's a good point. For sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be like, well, how'd you do that big? I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder how many competitors are also like that. Like black belt competitors are like really good athletes. I wonder how, if they have that ability, like how
Yeah.
common it is to be able to teach.
Honestly, I think at this, I don't think a lot of these newbies can teach. They can teach what they're good at, right? But like the concepts of shit.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's hard to explain to new people too. I'm figuring that out through wrestling. I'm like, yeah, I don't know how to explain this to you.
Right? But you only know that through experience. It's true.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't know. You got to figure it out, homegirl. Don't get pinned. I don't know.
Yeah, feel it out.
Don't look to me to solve your problems. I mean, hey, but I mean, I think that's a solid segue in here on the Gordon Ryan. I know we've talked like he keeps doubling.
Yeah.
This dude got something to say every week about this. I was like,
I know.
So well, Gordon, what we're getting ready to talk about. So Gordon Ryan continues to advocate and speak highly of steroids. That's Gordon Ryan. If y'all don't know, no-gi practitioner in the views of some, no-gi goat. I'm not gonna put myself into that category. But he's been a beast on the mats for and dominant, and now obviously not competing because he's had a whole bunch of health issues for a number of years, probably because of his steroid use. But he just recently came out like a few weeks ago confirming that he has been taking, like everybody knew, but he finally just confirmed it.
That he was taking steroids?
Yeah, like when he first started competing at I'd be not first started competing, but
when he turned 18, or he
yeah,
finally told everybody he started at 18.
yeah, and I was like, oh,
Crazy. Yeah. So wild. And he was such a skinny, lanky dude at 18. Like that's so crazy seeing like what he looks like now.
Yeah. I mean, what's your thoughts on like him just like now just being like, yeah, I did this at 18, like it's legal because they don't test for it. Is his mindset. Just advocating for like he's basically like, why wouldn't you do it?
I think it's a bad example. Like you're supposedly the best in the game and you got so many eyes on you and that's what you're talking about and promoting. Like that's, like you should like upbuild jiu-jitsu, not steroids. And we shouldn't be talking about steroids. We should be talking about like jiu-jitsu and technique and like, yeah, strength is good. And I think that's where the controversies coming in is like jiu-jitsu's not about strength, but like I think it is. I think everybody should be as strong as they can be, but I think you should take creatine. I think you should drink protein. I don't think you should be taking like steroids are illegal, right? Like if you're not prescribed, they're illegal. So, I don't know. I think if you're you shouldn't be promoting stuff like that. But then he is who he is. Like if we were in his shoes, we'd be talking about teaching jiu-jitsu. We'd be talking about the sport and like growing the sport. We want to be talking about what we did when we were 18, taking steroids.
Right. And that's that ego. No, I agree with you. Yeah, it's that ego. But I do believe that, like it's a poor example, especially somebody who the people want to call him no-gi goat. And I just can't do it because of that. I can't do it. And he can have an argument, well, these Brazilians, they did it. And like, I wouldn't agree with that either. I don't know what the stats are on Roger Gracie, but like, I haven't heard any steroid controversy. I haven't heard no steroid controversy when it comes to Marcelo Garcia, and those two I would I would rank over Gordon Ryan in all areas.
Yeah, I'm just tired of hearing about Gordon Ryan. Like honestly,
right? He's mad. He's got to stay relevant. He's not competing. He's got stomach issues.
Yeah, you're right. This is how he's staying relevant. Like I feel like in a couple of years, nobody's going to be talking about Gordon Ryan.
No, the shit that took me out the other day, I was on YouTube. I don't know if he's done this. I don't follow his page or whatever. Like, obviously, jiu-jitsu stuff's on my stuff. But then, like, I randomly see it was basically like Cribs, but Gordon Ryan episode. He was like doing a YouTube video of touring his backyard and like a sauna and stuff. And I'm like, this is what we're doing now?
Mm-hmm. So extra.
Yeah. Terrible. So, yeah, Michaela and I, we haven't deviated on that. Not going to deviate. Like I said, in my 40s, like prescribed, and I'm not like best believe if need be, I'll tee it up.
Yeah, when I'm old.
Yeah.
But Gordon's my age. He's a year older than me. Like, I've been doing all right without anything extra.
Yeah. Imagine you taking steroids at 18.
Yeah, that'd be ridiculous.
Bro, honestly, imagine you on steroids in general. Personally, I'd want to see that. Not for safety reasons. I'm just saying, like, how jacked you would be.
I know. It'd be insane. But I don't want that. I want to be natural. I don't want to.
I'm just saying I'd watch.
I'd be like, all right, Deja, your turn.
Let's go. Yo, that's what would be like, not steroids, but like some of my old throwing partners, like back when I was thrower, like we'd be like doing our Olympic lifts and stuff. And like, they're all on like, at the time, like you can't even get this anymore, but it was jacked. The pre-workout, it was like a black label. Like that shit was dangerous. Like, yeah, that they took that off the shelf for good reason. But like, this is before I was even entertaining pre-workout. I was like, no, I just want to be natural, you know? And then like, my thrower guys, that's just what they lived on. They're like, we want to see you on like some roid station. I'm like, no. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah. In a different universe, both of us are gym bros on roids.
It's like the Marvel universe? Like in this universe, Michaela and I are these freaking pumping iron bodybuilder chicks, just roided out. I just want to grab something and crush it for no reason.
Yeah, we could get there if we wanted, but I don't want to do that. Personally, I'd rather not.
Yeah, you never know with today's technology. This could be a safe way to do this and just right at home. You don't have to go through no back door or even a doctor. This might just be readily available just with how shit is going these days. You know, have you been, as I've been home on a holiday, I'm telling, like, let's do this real quick. So we talked about Ozempic, right? Like, shit's fucking crazy to me that no shade on anybody, but I got shade on the medicine and the procedure, right? So we're just like shooting up like heroin so you can lose weight. Okay, whatever. That's what we're going to do. So I already had opinions about that. You know, there's multiple other kinds of versions. That's not Ozempic, but it's like the same kind of medicine. And you can order it. I'm watching YouTube and they got the needle. I'm like, they are sending needles through the mail, right? You can just do it at home.
Yeah, I just watched the South Park movie about it. I just watched it last night. It was kind of funny.
Wasn't it the Lizzo? Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Take the Lizzo. Self-positivity. If you can't afford Ozempic, take the Lizzo. Yeah. Just self-positivity.
It's ridiculous. Oh my God.
Do you get Ozempic ads on your phone? My phone must think I'm overweight. I'm getting Ozempic ads on Reddit. I'm getting the other weight loss drugs on Reddit.
They trying to get you. I don't know. I really don't.
I'm trying to bulk. I don't get why I'm getting Ozempic ads on my phone.
Dang, they said no. We want you to stay lean, get lean,
lose your bone mass.
Yo, and then once you're on it, you're just on that shit. Look at Sharon Osbourne if you want a fear factor and like not to do Ozempic. Man, her head was already big, but whew, that shit's like four times the size now.
No. Yeah, can you not stop taking it? Like, is there bad side effects or something when you stop?
I mean, I was just talking about this today. Doctors don't even know because there's like another one that's not Ozempic, and like I know people that know of people that have been on it and then tried to get off and then they had to go right back to it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know about that.
Shit, they don't tell you.
Yeah. It is crazy how this drug's just taken off and how so many people are taking it and it's everywhere. Like,
yeah. Like I'm just like as difficult as it was for me and the looks that I was getting when I was trying to ask for a needle to drain my cauliflower ear when it happened a while ago. Now you could just order that shit on the mail. Like, I'm like, I really do look like an addict right now, being like, do y'all sell needles in here? Mm-hmm. And they're like, for what? Appreciate you, Jayhawk Pharmacy, when you were out here a few years ago. Yeah, shit's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just pick up some weights, okay?
I know. Eat better.
That's it. You don't need to shoot your... At that point, you might as well just be shooting yourself up with heroin, because I don't see at that point what the difference is. You are doing drugs when you have a needle out.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know enough about it, like, for people that actually, like diabetic people that actually use it. You know,
for
like,
diabetics,
yeah,
not just for weight.
Yeah, you're right.
That's from steroids to Ozempic.
Lift weights.
Eat well.
Eat
just
well.
Do them.
Go on a walk. Like, that's eventually gonna slim you down.
At some point, shit. You don't even have to go outside. You can literally walk in the house, walk around the apartment, just listening to an audiobook if you want to. You'll lose something, guaranteed.
I know. And it's just eating too. Like, just eat better or eat less. I feel like that's a big thing that people don't realize. Like, they work out and they eat whatever, but they don't lose weight.
They don't. And don't be out here, eating bags of nerd clusters. Had to shade Michaela on that a little bit.
I know. I've only done it one time. It hurt my stomach. I couldn't do it again.
They were good though, weren't they?
Yeah, they were so good. Yeah, my first one, I was like, oh, this is amazing.
Yeah, adds up quick. It's like Pringles. Once you pop, you can't stop. So you just gotta take some out the thing, close the packet, and that's what it is.
Yeah, I can't do that. I don't buy chips because I'll eat the whole bag. I buy just tortilla chips though. Like, I'll just eat.
I mean, those are hard not to just keep eating. The salt, and then if you're like not, and then if you drink water, you're like satisfied, then you're like, oh, I need another chip.
Yeah, when I do that, I just think to myself, like, probably needed that much salt. That's probably low on salt.
Exactly. We're not cramping now, baby. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's our message though for 2025. Deviate from the shooting up for weight control and just take some other traditional old time measures. Okay. We want to see y'all out here.
Some creatine.
It doesn't even it tastes a little funny, but it's fine. Damn. So yeah, that's our message. All right. I'm skipping over this DC topic. All right. I mean, that was just kind of random. I just threw that one in there. All right, segue. As we are talking about just doing better, not getting hooked on shooting yourself up. Topic of the week: reflect and reset for 2025. So we already briefly kind of talked about that, but kind of curious, what does this look like for you this year, Michaela? Like, we got our little goals and whatnot, but like specifically within those goals, like you say, I want to, make sure you're mindful about training, but like, what specifically does that look like?
I want to try to focus more on recovery.
Okay.
At least for the beginning of this year, because I've been feeling pretty rough.
Yeah.
Like, leading up to this week. So I'm just going to try to be more mindful about just keeping up stretching and like, I don't know if I'm going to do an ice bath, but salt baths, like eating better, drinking more water, like taking my vitamins. I've been taking vitamins for the past like 2 weeks. Lauren got me some for Christmas, been taking those. So I'm just trying to keep up on my health so that way I can train hard and train harder and feel good. Because I've been slowing down my stretching since I've been more busy, and now I'm like feeling it. I'm feeling old, so I'm
bro, you can't be feeling that way 2 years to 30.
I know, like, I'm still young. So that's why I want to up like my self-care, like I want to try to be feeling better or establish healthier habits so that way I'm feeling better in the long run.
Yeah.
That's kind of my mindset going in. Just like thinking, because I do want to do a lot of things. Like I always have a lot of things I have a lot of goals that I'm aiming towards, but this is kind of to help all those.
Yeah. All
Yeah,
right.
kind of my
I like
reset.
it.
Thanks.
All
What about
right.
you? What's your reset? Or what are you doing?
Well, one of the resets is definitely going to be and not necessarily a reset, but like I guess like reset in terms of like remembering I'm that.
All
If it
right.
makes sense.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, like just put like me putting respect on my name. I
Mhm.
think that because I had a lot going on last year, and like I said, I was proud of myself for how I showed up and kept showing up. I think at times during those struggles, like your girl forgot who she was for a
Mhm.
second, of like
Mhm.
just not being consistent in areas that I can, maybe being a little too lenient with excuses on some stuff,
Yeah.
being a little more willing than I typically was to kind of go down nihilistic rabbit holes of like what the hell's the point kind of situation.
Mhm.
So like yeah, that's the reset of like coming into 2025 is remembering I'm that who
Yeah.
I am. And being very intentional, like I said, like number one, my dissertation stuff. I think like just getting that stuff back out because it can be intimidating, like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna get this done. You have the self-doubt, and I'm like, no, I'm
Mhm.
gonna get it done because it will be done, kind of thing.
Yeah, I feel
um
that.
mhm.
Like my kind of word that I've been thinking is just accountability. Like I want to hold myself more accountable than I have in the past. Which I feel
Yeah.
like I'm pretty accountable, but I do let myself slide. Like I do like I don't know, just take it easy more than I probably should. But I feel that just staying more on top of things.
Mhm. Yeah, so that's where we're at. Like on top of things like you, like just consistent. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's just going to be busy. Things are going to be busy, but not letting the busyness overshadow the intentionality of this
Yeah,
stuff. So that's where I'm at.
nice. I like that.
Thanks, bro. So whatever y'all need to do for yourself in terms of, and not just, oh, 2024 was such a shit year for me. Well, be specific. There's a lot of gray. Don't be in the black and white. There was a lot of things that went well. There was a lot of things that maybe didn't go well, and there's a lot of stuff in between. What's your accountability on like this is what happened and was my role. This is what I did. These are things that I could control, and this is how I want to moving along in 2025 of like, I'm not putting this shit on nobody else. I'm going to put it on me and move accordingly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, your dissertation just reminded me of my painting that's still not done.
Got to get it out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because once you get it out and then you get going, then you're just kind of going.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right.
It's happening. That's just planting another, or not planting, just watering.
Mm-hmm. Yep, taking care of our plants,
That's right.
our,
Sequoia's out here.
our little trees.
Huh?
I
Trees is about to be lit this year. I'm telling you. It's
better
on.
I bet our trees grow like 20 feet tall this year.
Yeah. Strong roots, strong trunk. It's going down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, big old wide trunk.
Hell yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I think that's a solid segue to our Zen then. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, Zen talk, releasing what no longer serves you. I mean, period.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what about for you? Are there any things that immediately comes to mind?
Like I know there's things I just can't think of them right now, but this has come up in the past year or so where I'm just like I don't need that anymore. I need to move on from that,
Mm-hmm.
and it's hard for me to figure that out sometimes.
Yeah.
Like when it's time to move on.
Yeah. I hear that. I think that's a a normative thing, right? Because we're built in, like, we're just kind of accustomed to our own comfort level with whatever we have go right. And so it's just kind of things cannot serve you, and then they serve you a little bit, and you're like, all right, I'm cool with it, but it's still no longer serving you. But you keep getting those like little hits of maybe like a false perception of being served, but it's still not. It's still not something that you need to intake.
Yeah. Do you have any examples of that?
Yeah, I mean, I guess like just letting go of stuff that no longer serves me. Like, I'd practice it now in my professional life, like there, because I have to, like, boundaries wise. But I mean, personally, I try not to do this, but I think because I'm so, like I said, like my friends, my people, like I want y'all to be thriving, doing well, like my family. And so then, like, you're not doing certain shit, I'm gonna get frustrated for you because I'm like, F that, no, this is what we're doing. But I definitely need to like kind of let go of the maybe the tension I put on myself about, and I don't put it on myself for somebody else to make different choices or whatever, but I think I don't do enough detachment on other people's journey and like what they have going on, that tends to like maybe cloud some of my judgment towards people. And so I really need to let that go because that doesn't serve me.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, I
Something
feel
will come
like,
to you.
yeah, no, I think like certain coworkers put me through that where I'm like, I don't need to talk to you. Like, I'm getting nothing out of like, you just
Yeah,
want to talk at me.
that part.
Boundary.
I'm here for that. And see,
Yeah.
even moving in that way, it doesn't have to be anything contentious, right? It's just like, I don't,
Yeah.
right? I'm not going to be cold to you, but it's like, this is release for me internally. Like, you do you. I don't have no expectations here, and I'm going to have boundaries for myself on not engaging in a way I don't want to. It just doesn't serve me.
Yeah, I feel that a lot. I'm a job.
I hear you. Yeah. So, I mean, I think that's going to be a lot of release this year. We'll see, because it's just like I'm not with the BS on it for
Yeah.
myself,
Oh
right?
yeah.
For other people.
No, I feel that too. And I don't, do you think that's like just a part of getting older? Like
Yeah.
understanding what you need and what you don't need?
I think, yeah, it's that, and it's also listening and watching people say that they want a certain thing, but then moving or saying everything that directly takes them in the opposite direction of what they're wanting to do, and still not wanting to take accountability for it. I'm like,
Oh, that would be hard to watch.
I was like, you are really doing some mental gymnastics about not reaching this goal you said you wanted to reach.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy.
Which tells me you really don't want to do that.
Dang, I would not be able to be a therapist.
That's why I was like, professionally, I do a good job with like disconnecting that, but like personally, because I have to do it so much, I'm just like, the fuck are you doing over here?
Yeah. Yeah, and that does make sense. Like, you are pretty upfront with friends about like, hey, you could be doing better, you know?
It is what it is. Yeah. Because it comes from a place of like, I'm frustrated for you. I'm frustrated about continuing to hear or see this for you.
I know. Yeah, whenever you like give me little hints of that, I'm like, I gotta change my shit. Like in jiu-jitsu, I'm like, oh, I gotta work on that. They just called me out.
For betterment, for growth.
I know. Yeah, I know.
But yeah, it'd be like that. So just got to learn to release, let things be what they're going to be, and like protect my peace, safe space. Same for you.
Yeah, protect your peace.
That part.
Yeah.
Well, I'm pulling up our quote.
Yeah. Our
You got anything else?
First quote of 2025.
Okay, here we go. Okay. 2025 quote: respect yourself enough to walk away from anything that no longer serves you, grows you, or makes you happy. Robert 2.
Yep.
2 times, because we still coming with the 2 times. 2025. Here we go again. Quote, respect yourself enough to walk away from anything that no longer serves you, grows you, or makes you happy. Robert 2.
Yep. Simple.
I think the biggest, most important line in that for me, that really is just like, ooh, ow, that hurts. Because if somebody told you that, because my number one thing in my value, I will see blood red if I felt like I've been disrespected. And I've given none of that energy to you, but if you sniff a disrespect to me, I'm just like, what's your problem?
Mm-hmm.
So like the thought that I could be disrespecting myself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't sit well to me. Like, you don't respect yourself enough, right? To let go of these things. Like, ouch, that hurts.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be told that.
Yeah. I won't disrespect you, Deja.
I won't disrespect you either. But don't disrespect me by disrespecting yourself. Because that's also will feel like a disrespect. You better say that shit by yourself, not around me.
You're right.
Yeah.
I think we're good. We're not disrespectful here.
At all. There's no need to be.
Mm-mm.
No. And if we are disrespectful, it's all in good fun and roasting. I'm a disrespectfully roast you right now in a loving way.
Mm-hmm.
Respectfully. Oh, okay. How you feeling about that?
Feeling pretty good.
Yeah? Got anything else to add?
Not really. No. I'm just glad we're back.
Yeah, we are.
Back in routine.
So, we'll have the sign up on air next time. Make sure it's sturdy. We are glad to be back. First episode of 2025. And we have some fun stuff like for y'all this year. Yeah. So keep giving us a listen, subscribe, follow us on all the platforms. Please and thank you. We appreciate the comments, the feedback, and I think y'all are really starting to appreciate us too. So,
yeah.
I feel that. Yeah, we do. So that is episode 23, Chokes in Consciousness. This is Deja.
Michaela.
And we will catch y'all next time.
Peace.